Good morning everybody, welcome back. My name is Lynn and I'm Pretty Papercraft 67. Today I would like to share with you a project, an envelope project. I have been watching Liz the Paper Project on YouTube, and she did a tutorial on this particular project, and I just thought I'm very much lately into simple quick projects that I can have on hand to add into junk journals or to send as happy mail, gifts, things like that. And this one, it's a real simple little project, but you can embellish it and decorate it to make it look really special. So I just thought I would come on and show you this one that I have completed, and then we could maybe put one together ourselves on camera. The paper line that I have used is a My Porch Prints digital kit, and it's called Shabby Blue. I'm fairly sure. I'll link it below. So I have used this particular kit because there is so much ephemera in this kit, and this project is an ephemera folio as such. But it is made up just using recycled envelopes, and it is a flip out type of situation. I've changed mine a little bit to how Liz did hers, but if if you're searching YouTube, if you search envelope projects, you're going to find so many ways to make these types of folios. But yeah, it's 3 envelopes, and they just are a flip situation. On the front here, I've just added some pockets using the ephemera in this kit. I've just made 3 pockets for the front, and they just house some of the ephemera from the kit. And then it opens this way, and this is the other envelope. So again, I've just made a little pocket there. The big main page, or the big envelope at the back, I have put a pocket there to house some more ephemera, and a little tuck spot here for some more ephemera to go in there. That one's upside down. And then I've just created these 2 little diagonal side tuck spot pockety things here just to house some extra ephemera. So I haven't finished machine stitching all my ephemera yet, so at the moment I've still got a little bit of work to go on this one. But yeah, I just love them. I think they're such a nice quick and easy project. Great if you were doing a larger journal. They could be an insert. Wonderful to give away for happy mail or for gifts. Or the other thing that I thought, if you were doing a decent sized journal, they could make a really pretty focal piece on your front cover. So lots and lots of different ways to use this type of thing. But yeah, so I just thought we would put one together on camera so that you too can see how easy it is to do. I have gone ahead, I have made my pockets, and I've done the machine stitching, and I've cut my papers to line my envelopes with. But I just thought we would go through, put it together so you can actually see just how easy it is to do. And yeah, then maybe you too might like to do some of these folios yourself. So it is as simple as 3 envelopes. This one here is a larger envelope. It measures, this one measures 23 centimeters by 16 and a bit. And then I have got your larger business style envelopes, which measure, this one's 11 by 22. But you could use any size envelopes to make this project, because the principles of putting them together are the same. So I take the big one. This becomes this part of the folio, the back piece here, this big piece here, and it's very, very simple. I don't stick this flap down just yet, so I keep it open. And you just, I've got 2 envelopes. This one was slightly larger, so I've just pretty much cut them to the same length, but I have left the larger one in its width because that can create the flap over part here in the front. It'll just be a little bigger than this one that I've made here. Very, very simple concept. You're basically just putting these two envelopes and sticking them onto this big one to create these flaps like so. So we will get into it, we'll put it together. It's nice and quick and easy. So as I said, this is, I haven't sealed this one down. I've just left that flap open for now. And basically the back part of your envelope, you've got your business style envelope, the flap, that will adhere down to this side. So it's on the outside of the envelope that you want to place your glue down on the flap. I am using the Helmer's 45. I would probably recommend using a good glue, a glue that you know that you can trust, because this again is a folio and it's flap, so it will be open and closed a lot. And then once you've done that, you just want to line it up with the side of the larger envelope as well as you can, just down the side, and I kind of match it up with the bottom edge. So down the side and match it up with the bottom edge and just give that a good burnish, just like so. Where is my... And just give that a really nice burnish down, and that becomes, that's a little bit off there on that side, but a bit late now, the glue is stuck. So that's your first flap, and then again exactly the same on this one. So your the outside edge of the envelope, that flap there, you just want to stick that one down like this. A nice amount of glue, and again just lining it up with the bottom edge of the larger envelope and the sides as best you can, like that, and then just give that a really good burnish. Where did I just put my bone folder? Really good burnish like so, and that is done. That's the whole folio. So you've got your back, your larger envelope at the back, and then your two side flips like so. Now what I do, now I have done mine slightly different to Liz at the paper project. She has kept the flap open and she has embellished that beautifully, and then she's left a little, this pocket here, which would be wonderful. You could put a journal in there or some larger cards. But I have chosen to close my envelope down, and then what I have done is I have actually trimmed it to match the other envelopes. Oh, you can see this one here is a bit crooked. So what we will do, I'm going to cut that along so that these are all the same height. I could do that on my scoreboard, but I won't. I'll do it freehand with a pair of scissors, and I'm just going to cut along there and just keep it all level at the one height. Like that. Now what that creates is you've got an opening, you've still got your opening there for if you wanted to put a journal or something in there. I haven't. I have machine sewn, so I've closed mine up. But, you know, that's personal preference. If you'd like to keep that open, that is certainly a good option. So I'm just, because I have cut this one, I'm just going to lay a bead of glue there just to close that envelope back up. Like that. This one is still closed because that was the height that we kind of cut the folio to. So there you go. So now it's really just embellishing, decorating the folio. So I have cut some pages from this particular kit that I'm just going to lay down. I may have to recut my sizes slightly. Yes, I will. So I'm just going to take a slight edge off this one on this side. Even though I've inked it, it doesn't matter. You can ink again. So I'm just going to trim that up just a little bit. Trying to keep it all level. Maybe a bit more than that, Lynn. Like it's just a hair. And so there, where your envelope, I hope that's in camera, where your envelope crease is there, you want it just inside that a little bit so that you can still fold your fold your envelope over. This one here, yep, that's good. And I do just need to take about a quarter of an inch off that the length. I cut these before I cut the size of the envelope down. I'm not thinking, but that's okay. It only takes a minute. I'll just go just a little bit more than that. Like so. Alright, so then you just want to lay this down and put some glue down. Excuse my very, very raspy throat. In Brisbane here we've had a lot of storms in the last week and the winds have been really strong, so it's blowing in all types of things and my asthma is just playing havoc. So please excuse me if I'm sniffly. Okay, so I've got a good amount of glue on there and I'm just basically lining it up in between the edges of those envelopes. I'll just check that again. Yep, that one's good. And that one's good. And just give it a nice firm press and a good burnish just to squeeze out any extra glue and just to make sure there's no air bubbles. So that one's there. So that folds nicely, that folds nicely. And then you're just basically wanting to decorate your two envelope sides. Well, actually we can go ahead. I've made a pocket for this middle section at the back here. I've just cut from one of the kit pages just to make my pocket. And that fits nicely. I did, like I said, I went ahead in time and I did machine stitch around and distress ink just to save time for the video. So I'm just going to put this little pocket down, bit of glue there and a bit of glue there, bring that little part up there just to create a bit of extra room in this pocket. You could just probably cut your piece and stick it straight down, but I've just made the little edges at the back just to give that pocket a little more room because there is a lot of ephemera in this kit. So again, just some glue, not massive amounts of glue, but a good quality glue because it's a pocket. And I'm just going to stick that down, just keep it nice and level. And pop that down on there, like so. Giving that a nice burnish. Keeping it as straight as possible. And those two sides, well, that one's a little close, but that's okay. We can just recrease that. Beautiful, just like that. Okay, so that's the middle pocket at the back there put on. This one here. If you were putting it down onto a cover of a book, you wouldn't need to paper the back if you're putting it, you know, something like that type of thing. So I haven't cut paper for the back of this one as yet because I haven't decided what I'm doing with it yet. So that is that. Now we are going to paper our flips. I've cut them. This is for this side. Alright, so we'll do this side here. I've just cut two patterns from this kit and I'm just going to stick them front and back of the first envelope flap. So, and I do put down a decent amount of glue. I like this Helmer's glue in the sense that it doesn't warp your paper. I've tried a lot of glue in my paper crafting journey, and a lot of wet glues unfortunately do warp your paper, but I've found that this Helmer's one is really great that it doesn't do that, and it dries very quickly, and it's very, very reliable glue. So again, I'll just give that a really good burnish to take out any air bubbles, and that's that first flip. Well, actually, the way I like to do it, I like to do it that way. This bigger envelope will flip over this smaller one. And then the second one here, I'm just going to bring that up like that. Now, when I found it very, very beneficial when I'm doing an envelope, because, well, it wouldn't really matter in this instance because we're not going to be using that as an envelope. So I don't really have to go into that. But I just lay, when I'm doing the inside of an envelope like this, I just lay my glue on the envelope itself instead of the piece of paper when there's these cutouts. But this is something that's more primarily done if you want to use that envelope as a pocket. And just a bit of glue along there, so that will stick there. And then we'll just lay this second piece of paper down on top of that. Just lining it up as best you can, top, bottom and sides, just like so. And then giving that a nice burnish to take out any air bubbles, and making sure, and just get, you know, any glue that seeps out. If you pick it up now, then you won't. You've done it. It's fine. It won't stick. Alright, so that's that flap there done. Now we'll go ahead and do this one as well. I've cut my papers again, so I'm going to put this one on this side, like so. Again, I'll put some glue down. If that's a bit loud. Just like that. And just line it up. Top, bottom and sides. The best that you can. And again, give it a nice press and a good burnish. Any extra glue. And then this one here, we're just going to paper that one as well. And this is how simple it is. It's taken us about 10 minutes to do this, the actual construction of the folio. Probably a little longer if you're sitting and cutting your papers. But yeah, it's such an easy project, and it's such lovely results at the end of the day. I am using a kit because I have it, but you know, you could do this with anything, matching up your scrapbook papers or yeah, any digital kit. I'm just choosing this one because I have it here at home and it's been printed for a while. And I'm actually making a whole lot of happy mail at the moment to send to some very lovely people. So this will be again one of the happy mails that I'm going to send away. So we'll just burnish that down like so. This one here I did put a bit too much glue, so that is seeping out, but that's okay. If I grab it now, it won't affect everything. Alright, so there you go. That's our folio front flip done. That's done, and then we've got the pocket in the middle there. Now it is still open at the top here, so you could leave it like that, but I will come back in and I will machine stitch around the entire perimeter of the folio because I like to close those off, and I'll also machine stitch down the centres as well. And then the last thing is these little diagonal pockets here that I have made up ahead of time, and I'm just going to put those on each side of this, the flip folio, the flip envelope. So, and they're so simple to do. I've just cut from a piece of the kit, just cut a diagonal piece, and then I've just laid it down onto some book page and just cut about a 1/2 inch extra to create my little pocket sections there. So let's grab the glue and we'll just put a little bit of glue there. Oh, come on, glue. A little bit there just to stick that flap on in place. And then we'll just come back in and just a little bit of glue. If you've got a good glue in this instance, you don't have to put lots and lots. And I'm just lining that up there with the edge of that flip, that envelope. Oh geez, I'm not even in camera, am I? Sorry. Just lining that up like so, giving that a good burnish down, like that. And so there's your pocket, there's pocket. And we're just going to repeat that process here on this side. Put a little glue there so that we can stick that up there like that. And then using the glue, just come in like that. And then again, just lining that up with the top, with the sides and the bottom, giving it a good press. And there's your the third pocket, like that. You wouldn't have to do this. You could do 2 single pockets. You could do 2 coin envelopes stuck on the side for tags. As I said, you can leave this open so that you've got a large pocket here at the top to put something in. But yeah, it's as easy and simple as that. And then it's just after that, it's the decorating. So I have used pieces of the ephemera to create my little pockets on the front pages. This is all part of the kit. But you know, you could go ahead and you could make your own pockets from the pages to fill your ephemera. It really is up to you after this stage how you choose to decorate it. I would go back, once the glue is all dry, I will go in and I will ink around all my edges, and then like I said, I will machine stitch around the entire folio just to close off the pockets and just to give it that real old shabby vintagey look. But yeah, I think they're a great little idea. They do measure, these measure, as I said, it's the measurement determines the size of your envelope, but this one is, say, 21.5 by 16, just over 16. So a lot of people I know don't do journals that large. I do tend to do journals large like that. But if you had smaller envelopes, you know, your little ones, you could easily do the same thing and have a tiny little folio just to put your smaller, like your little tickets and tags and things like that in. So there you go. I hope that this has been a helpful video. Yeah, I just love to share quick and easy projects. So I will link Liz, the paper project, the tutorial that she did. I'll link that below, and I'll link this kit from My Porch Prints. But yeah, it's just something different. I hope that it's been helpful and that you can give it a go. So there you go. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope everyone is well. Monday morning here in Australia, and start of another week. And let's see what this week brings. So have a lovely day. Oh, and welcome. Also welcome to all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for your beautiful comments, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. I very much appreciate it. So everyone have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks so much. Bye bye.